I guess I can, Um, but I am thankful that you guys are here. Once again, this is King Cam Ujumbe podcast on Ujumbe Meets Message. And today's message is introduction to summer school. Okay, yes. I am a teacher. Okay, school is almost over. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. My seniors have been gone a very long time. They've been out for like about a week. But I still have teacher stuff to do. I still have what is that, paperwork to sign and fill out and official duties there. So um, I'm glad that you guys are here. I am on YouTube. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. King Cam and Ujumbe podcast. I haven't did anything via podcast in a long time because school has been happening and my oldest son is graduating too. So I had to go on to do that. Much love to the fam. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate all the words of encouragement and and you guys really sharing. But yeah, I'm on YouTube. Okay, King Cam and Ujumbe podcast on YouTube, and I have a podcast. So the reason why I started a podcast was because as a history teacher, I really can't teach what I want to teach and what I should teach. So I use the podcast, I use YouTube to share that kind of information. Okay. I've been teaching for almost 10 years. Okay. I've taught high school level, social studies, economics, government, US history, world history. So I'm a history major. I'm a history teacher. I'm not a coach. A lot of people ask me, what do you coach? What you coach? I don't coach nothing. We got enough coaches, right? We got enough of them. And they're doing a fantastic job, but I'm not that person. I love history. So, but this summer, once a week, hopefully we're gonna get to the business and get down with the get down. And so really quick, I'm going to for those who are on YouTube, I'm going to share my screen. Welcome to King Cam Summer School. And so we're going to get right to it. And this will serve as more of an introduction to African history. Okay, we know there are some people that's been doing this since like 95, and they know every lecture, every idea, every author, but there are still some people who don't know. We encounter those people all the time. They say, "Are you the Egyptians? They always been this color." No, they have not. But this is an introduction to African history, and it's geared for everyone. Okay, geared for everybody, and it's designed to foster a life of learning. And that's what the idea. That's what it's for. This is for people who just really don't know and don't understand, and this will kind of help trigger that life of learning. Okay. But now before we get to that, I want you guys to tell me or type 3 things that make you different. Okay, you can tell in the chat 3 things that make you different. And what do you expect from me or from this course? Because if you don't expect anything, you're not going to get anything. And by the way, this is how I do all my classes. When the semester begins, I will ask them 3 things that make them different. You can put in the comments and things like that. 3 things that make you different. And what do you expect from me or from this class? This is summer school. We're going to do this once a week for the duration of the summer, because I still like to put out content, put out information. I know some people are putting the comments in, but 3 things that make me different. I'm I'm the oldest of 3. Okay, I'm the oldest of 3. I play drums. I used to play drums, and what else? I like all kinds of music, so that's what makes me different. And what I expect from you guys or from this class, to not give up. Not give up. There will be times where you want to say, forget it. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired. Don't give up, y'all. I know there's a lot of things happening on a global scale. I know there's some things happening in Ethiopia. Much love to family in Ethiopia. Also in Senegal, South Africa. I know that, but be encouraged. Okay, don't give up. Right. So I really appreciate your love and support. And so, but this class, a little bit more about me. Shoot, man. I'm a teacher. I'm a husband, and I'm a father of 3 children. And I mean, I look that old, but but I'm 40 plus. So yeah, but yes, I love education. I love history. I love our own history. And what happens is we don't do it enough. And so the way I do it is that I try to share history from our perspective, from the right sources. And we're going to get into that. There's a lot of people that say a lot of words, but they don't have the sources. They don't have the primary source or even secondary, or they didn't read anything. Let's get there. There's a lot of people that on multiple platforms say a lot of words, but you haven't read nothing. And so for people to come and to dispute what I'm saying or trying to say, and you didn't even read a paragraph of anything, kind of rough. So if it's the truth, I'm gonna say it. But before I say it, I'm gonna research it, y'all. I'm gonna research. I'm gonna do the homework. I'm gonna sit in the corner in a family function. I'm the one that's reading the book. Yeah, that's another fun fact. I'm kind of boring, you know what I'm saying? I would be the one where everybody else playing spades, dominoes, all that. I got my book. Speaking of books, this summer, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into some of these books that we're going to touch on. We're going to touch on some of these books. We're going to do this once a week at least. We're going to go over a few readings from Black authors. Okay, some classics. Some people know about them, some people don't, and that's cool. But the classics, check it out. Stolen Legacy. If you have not gotten that book, Stolen Legacy by George G.M. James is a good one. That a lot of my high school students ask me which book should I read. You start with that first. That kind of, a lot of people say, well, that's not good enough. Well, guess what? This is an introduction to African history. This is not, the deep end. Okay, we're not going to get into the Medu Nature and things like that. We're not going to get into symbolism and esoterics and stuff. We just solid foundational information, right? So Stolen Legacy is good. Let me see what else. Introduction to African Civilization by John G. Jackson. That's another good one. When I was at Paul Quinn College, Miss Matthews introduced me to that book. That's another good one. Okay, I said get that. We would touch on that. And my man, Dr. Ben, Black Man of the Nile and His Family, is a good one. That's a real good one. Okay, it's a strong one. Okay, that's it. Kind of you can't blast through that in like a day and say I'm good. No, the Black Man of the Nile and His Family is something that you kind of take a year to kind of gradually read through. We have a lot of people that speed read, but they don't read to understand. So it's very important for you to do that, right? And I have a bonus. It's not on here, but I got a bonus. Another one by Dr. Ben, Africa, Mother of Western Civilization. That is a hefty one. It got how many pages in this thing? Woo, over 700 pages. But it is worth it. I would say chew on that for like a couple of years. It's like a workbook. While you're doing your research, while you're studying, okay, get in on this, all right? We're going to do that this summer. We're going to touch on some of these. We're going to highlight some things, major civilizations, not just Kemet, not just Nubia, but many others. There's Cuba, there's Manapatapa, there's Ethiopia, the Amhara people. There's so many things going on. We got the Batwa people, the Anu people. And so, and we got, the family Cameroon and Nigeria. We have at all. I asked my students a question. I asked my high school students a question. I say, okay, when Egypt fell, was there other African civilizations? They'll say yes. And I say, okay, how about this? When Rome fell, did the Roman Empire come back? No. But when Egypt fell, a lot of people moved south, a lot of people moved west, and here come the Zulus, here come the Osa people, here come the Nupe, Hausa, Fulani, everywhere. Even here in the States, post-slavery, here come Black Wall Street, here come Freedman Town, here come Queen City. It happens because we're brilliant and we're great. But we got to know who we are and where we come from. But I know there are other suggestions. I'm sure there are. I know you guys out there know a lot more of the suggestions. So by all means, like, comment, subscribe, and share, in the comment, what other books are there? If somebody said, hey, I want to know something, not everything, I want to know something, what would be a good start? What would be a good book? Would you give them Stolen Legacy too? Would you give them Introduction to African Civilization, the Destruction of African Civilization? Which books would you give, right? Because we're all in this together, okay? We're all learning together. So if there are any book suggestions, by all means, you can, put in the chat, in the comments and things like that. I'm so used to doing Zoom class. I keep saying the chat, but I'm grateful that you guys are here. We're going to kick this off. This is more of an introduction. Much love to my Hausa family. Much love to the people of Ethiopia. And I'm really grateful. And by the way, last year I found out the King Cam Ujumbe podcast is number 11 around the globe. Number 11. That is a big thing. That's the thing. So but this summer I'm inspired to do a little bit more. Last school year I was kind of very busy. So, but this year we're going to get more into the content. I did do some research on Ethiopia and Sudan. I'm going to share that with the people also. But this is more of an introduction, okay? I'm going to end class short, okay? I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go and enjoy the rest of your day. That's how I do it. I'm not for saying a lot of words and wasting a lot of time. But before I cut you guys loose, don't forget, get Stolen Legacy, Introduction to African Civilization, Black Man Now and His Family, and read something. All right? Read something. And I know that there's some family out there in the diaspora that's going through. Okay. There's genocide happening in Ethiopia. We're going to talk about that. There's some things happening in Bilal, Sudan. Okay. There's a lot, a lot of issues going on there. Okay. But we're in this thing together. Okay. We have to learn how to love each other and handle each other before they handle us. Right. All right. So that's about it. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. This is King Cam Ujumbe podcast. Ujumbe means message. And today's message is summer school. We better get it in. I will see you guys later. You guys have a good one. Peace.